Well, all right. Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. It's digital host A.J. Wuest welcoming you back to Before the Four, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast, wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your Friday afternoon here. Now, we have a jam-packed show today, so I say without further ado, let's go ahead and start things off. And let's begin in Huntsville, where an airplane aborted takeoff from Huntsville International Airport today after smoke was seen coming from the engine. Now, officials with the Federal Aviation Administration, they say the incident happened just before 11 this morning, after crews aboard a Delta Airlines flight saw smoke coming from the engine. The plane taxied back to the gate and passengers got off the plane. And 48's Callie Neese is working to learn more about this situation today. She'll have the latest coming up in our evening newscasts. But now with an update on the mayoral race in Guntersville, it has officially ended in a tie. Incumbent Lee Dollar was facing a challenge from Jeff McLaughlin. After election night on Tuesday, Dollar was ahead by 1 vote, still with provisional ballots left to be counted. After those were tallied today, the two finished tied. Now, another election will be held on September 23rd to determine a winner. We'll keep you updated. But now let's talk about your latest weather forecast for tonight and moving into the weekend. 48 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis has your latest forecast. Brad?
Hey, the weekend is here. It's Labor Day weekend. The temperatures are warming up. Got warmer out there today. Your swimming pool temperatures may be a little chilly, so keep that in mind before you jump in, right? By Monday, we've got scattered showers and thunderstorms. Nothing out there today. Here are the temperatures just after 3 o'clock this Friday afternoon. Pretty much where we expected. 87 Huntsville, 88 in Muscle Shoals. Over the weekend, 90 degrees both days, Saturday and Sunday. I've dropped the chance of rain Saturday, and I've almost dropped it for Sunday, 10%. That's not much of a chance. Plenty of sunshine out there today, looking good. There's going to be a lot more boat traffic out there. Make sure you tip your boat driver for gas money. Don't forget that. That's all part of the plan, right? Another cool down coming next week. Check that out. It's getting a darker shade of blue. I would expect highs in the mid-70s and probably lows in the low to mid-50s. So another cool down on the way. That all starts moving in next Thursday. Over the next 12 hours here, high school football games, whatever your evening plans are, it's going to be a little warmer out there than it has been the last few evenings, but still comfortable. Here's your 3-day forecast, 90, 90, and then 83 Monday. Now, this all depends on how soon the rain moves in. I think it's coming in by late afternoon, but if the cloud cover is a little thicker early on, that should keep us from hitting 90 again, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a little warmer than that.
Well, that is good to know, absolutely. And also, don't forget First Alert Weather Extra. That will be tonight at 9:30. You can watch it wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon. But First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis will be back here in the 48 Now Center, and he'll have all the latest that he's seeing on the radar. And I actually see we have a comment right now on Facebook from Joseph Watson. What is up, Joseph? How are you doing today? What game are you going to tonight? Joseph, I unfortunately will not be going to a game tonight. I'll be here at the station, but I'll be checking all the latest scores and updating it on our website, and also getting ready for 48 Blitz OT before we toss the ball over to 48 Sports Director Carl Prather. But how are you doing today, Joseph? Thank you so much for commenting, and thank you so much for watching Before the Four this afternoon. But now we're moving out to Limestone County with a story in case you missed it. A family in Ardmore is devastated after a father and son were tragically killed in a house fire yesterday afternoon. 48's Noah Cowell with that story.
Jennifer Griffin's life turned upside down in the blink of an eye. She and her husband Dakota Daly, who lived with 3 of their sons, woke up late Wednesday night to a popping sound before opening their door to a billow of black smoke. She says Dakota's first instincts were to get her and their 6-month-old son out safely, so he broke their window.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't. So I tossed him out and Dakota pushed me out.
She says Dakota stayed inside to try to save their 7-year-old son, Jaden, but they never came out.
He gave his life for us. So, I mean, to me, that's a hero.
Once firefighters arrived on the scene, she urged them to rescue her son, but by the time they got him and Dakota out, it was too late.
Jaden was just this perfect kid. He was so sweet and loving and caring, and he was the best kid I ever had.
Griffin may have escaped the fire with her 9-year-old and 6-month-old sons, along with her teenage son who lives with his grandparents next door, but she's not sure where they can go from here. They lost everything and don't have the insurance to cover it, but the community is stepping up to help this family in need.
We've rallied together here in this community with North Alabama Bank and Ardmore Neighborhood Bridges program to try to raise funds and meet the needs of the family because they lost everything.
We're getting everything set up, and we've had great community support this morning, helping us every way they could.
You can make cash and clothing donations on Neighborhood Bridges, and the family has set up a GoFundMe as well. Those links are on our website at WAFF.com. Reporting in Ardmore, Noah Cowell, 48 News, on your side.
And now an update on the Deschler High School student who was severely injured. The investigation into the case is now being turned over to out-of-county officials. 48's Nick Ballinger with the details.
The family of 15-year-old Deschler High School student August Borden just want answered. Borden has been hospitalized for almost 2 weeks after he suffered what school officials say was an accident at school. His stepfather, Drew Van Denvender, has not officially been told what caused his stepson to have skull and facial fractures.
Accountability, we want that, brought to light. We want people to know what they did to our son. We want to know everybody that was involved that didn't cooperate, that didn't help out in the investigation.
That investigation is now in the hands of the Franklin County Probation Office and Madison County District Attorney's Office. Chief Deputy District Attorney Tim Gann says he was told there was a conflict of interest with one of the parties involved in the investigation.
The appropriate thing to do is to recuse and have another DA's office step in.
His office received a call early Wednesday from the Colbert County DA's office informing them of the transfer. Gann says this is not uncommon, with his office having to take over multiple cases from all over the area, including some this year.
After the investigation is over, we review it to see if there are any criminal charges. If there are charges, they are brought in that jurisdiction, and we will go to that jurisdiction and prosecute it.
And now we're going to head to break, but coming up, the father of a 13-year-old Mountain Gap student who was tragically killed while he was riding his bike is speaking out. From homeless to helping those in need. And of course, a little high school football talk now in week 1 of the season. It's all ahead. I'll be right back in 1 minute. Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Before the Four. Now, the father of 13-year-old Cal Fox is speaking out after his son was killed while riding his bike in South Huntsville last month. 48's Faith Delp spoke with him yesterday and has more.
3 weeks ago, 13-year-old Cal Fox was hit at this intersection right behind me. His father, Brian Fox, says he was an intelligent, energetic, and loving boy who was taken from them far too soon.
Hearts are just broken, and folks are having a hard time coming to grips with this being a reality.
Cal was a member of the National Honor Society. He played saxophone in band, and he loved to bike. He was on the mountain bike team starting in 6th grade, and in his first season competing, he placed 2nd for state. He camped, fished, and one day dreamed to be a nuclear engineer.
He was really interested in nuclear engineering and wanting to do, solve big problems in the world. And so that's unfortunate, just like what won't get done because he's not here. He was a lot, and he was doing a lot, doing well, and loved by many.
Brian told me, to his surprise, he's learning more about his son after his passing. At Cal's funeral, kids came up to speak and said Cal was friends with anyone. Kids who felt alone, were bullied, or felt like they had no one, they all had Cal. One person who came up that really shocked everyone was the school janitor.
A positive impact and just happiness, joy every day. And so someone you wouldn't think about in the school system, a school janitor that is going to tremendously miss this boy. And Cal was making a positive impact in his life.
Huntsville police told me the driver has not been charged, and they will update us once the toxicology report comes back. And city officials say they are still conducting traffic studies in the area before moving forward with any safety improvements. Reporting in Huntsville, Faith Delp, 48 News, on your side.
And such a heartbreaking situation all around. My thoughts are definitely going out to that family. But now take a look at this. A Huntsville man who used to be homeless has completely turned his life around, with goals of getting his master's degree and becoming a therapist to further help those struggling. 48's Callie Neese spoke with him yesterday. Let's take a listen.
Emmanuel Woodson was a 4.0 student at Alabama A&M before his life was derailed by grief after his mother died. His grades began to slip, and next thing he knew, he was living out of his car.
And she was my biggest support system. She was like the only one that I had in my life who was like a positive influence.
This is Emmanuel Woodson. Back in 2018, he found himself with no place to live after his mother passed, and his mental health began to slip. He was soon among Huntsville's homeless.
Like, what if I die out here from what if I don't make it?
Woodson told me little things like a fresh pair of socks and snacks would make a world of difference to him when he was living on the streets. But the biggest thing that helped was words of encouragement.
First, I didn't really know what First Stop was. Someone told me it was just a place where you can get food and rest and get out the sun.
But soon after, he realized that this would be a stepping stone to surviving homelessness.
They had just a plethora of resources to kind of get me back on my feet.
From there, he was able to get mental health resources and case management to help him get where he is today. Now he uses his time and talent to help others.
I work in behavioral health with individuals who experience mental health issues, substance use issues. And sometimes when I look at my clients, I can identify with them. I can kind of get down on their level and give them a little bit of hope just because I've experienced some of the things that they experience.
Woodson told me that he wants to go back to school and get his master's degree in clinical psychology so he can become a therapist with the goal of helping those who are experiencing homelessness.
And because of that experience, they're able to, share more. And we're able to get to the root of the problem.
Woodson's life is coming full circle.
The small was like, wow, I can buy socks and still have money left over, It's amazing, but I quickly tell myself that it could really happen to anyone. It can quickly go back to that.
Woodson was homeless from 2018 to 2021. He says he is grateful for everyone who helped him out along the way, and to remember that anyone can become homeless, so give them some grace. Reporting in Huntsville, Callie Neese, 48 News, on your side.
Incredible story there. And now you all know we got to talk about it. Joseph, I'm going to answer your question. I see you asked who is Huntsville playing tonight. Huntsville is playing tonight at Wicks Family Field. They are taking on Mae Jemison, the Jaguars of Mae Jemison. Should be a good game there. Are you going out to the game? Let me know. But week 1 of high school football is officially here in the Tennessee Valley. Our 48 game of the week this week is none other than the city rivalry that is the Austin Black Bears taking on the Decatur Red Raiders. 48 sports anchor Kaylee Tinglestad tells us all about what to expect. Let's take a look.
Friday marks the 63rd meeting between Austin and Decatur, a series led by the Red Raiders, but over the last decade, the Black Bears have been fighting to even the score of the River City rivalry. Week 1 of the 2025 high school football season is huge in the city of Decatur, as two powerhouses battled out for the ultimate trophy, bragging rights.
I don't want to say it's our turn because that's not how sports works, but hopefully we turn this thing back in our favor.
Under head coach Jeremy Perkins, Austin has won 7 of the last 11 meetings. While Perkins has an impressive record against the Black Bears' crosstown rival, he says the past has zero impact on the upcoming season.
Each game each year is a different game. It's different players, different situation, different scenarios, so we've got to prepare each one.
With just 7 miles separating these two programs, you can expect some overlap.
Even though it's a rivalry game, it's a community game more than that. Being in the same city, these guys are friends, these parents are friends, and so I think it just intensifies it that much more.
Heck yeah, love to see it. Should be an incredible game out there tonight, and I know the crowd on both sides of the field, they're going to be fired up, no doubt about it. And this afternoon at 5:35, Carl Prather, Kaylee, First Alert meteorologist Jada Russell, and TVL host Peyton Walker will all be at Decatur High School for our weekly tailgate tour. You can watch that digital show wherever you're watching Before the Four right now. You're just not going to want to miss it, as we'll be bringing you all the latest from the Decatur Red Raiders as they get ready to take on their fierce rival. And also later on tonight, of course, we'll have our 48 Blitz show and our 10 o'clock newscasts. 48 Blitz OT starting at 10:35 right here on our digital platforms. And also head to our website, WAFF.com, for all the latest scores in North Alabama. We'll be updating them as they come in. But yes, week 1 of high school football, can't beat it. Gonna be some exciting stuff without a doubt. But y'all, that is just about it for today's Before the Four. Thank you so much for watching and spending a bit of your afternoon here. Joseph, I will not be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is my day off, so I will certainly be enjoying my day off tomorrow. But y'all have a great night. Enjoy tonight's evening newscast. Make sure to stick around for the tailgate tour and, of course, 48 Blitz along with 48 Blitz OT. You're just not going to want to miss it. Y'all have a great night.